Hello and welcome. My name is Miles Moore. I am a musician and a music enthusiast, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Superb, which is the latest album from Melbourne, Australia's instrumental funk soul groove unit known as Surprise Chef. Now, Surprise Chef has been one of the most interesting and exciting bands on my radar for the past few years. While their influences of 60s and 70s soul, funk, and jazz are obvious and are shared by many other current artists operating in a similar lane, such as the Budos Band, the Menahan Street Band, and El Michels Affair. They blend them and reinvent them in a way that's completely their own and which results in a very unique sound. Part of this unique sound can probably be attributed to the band's philosophy, which basically is that each musician does their part to serve the song and contribute to the groove without one member ever taking the spotlight. Now, Surprise Chef's music, therefore, is very composition focused, and they often will sit in a groove for a lot longer than you would expect them to, which, though that might sound potentially boring, they do it just with a confidence that gives it its appeal to me. It's like they're just daring to sit in a part of the song just because it feels good. Superb, along with the rest of the group's discography, was recorded in their house/studio/vinyl library and was released by Big Crown Records. Big Crown Records is owned and operated by Leon Michels, who, if you're unaware of who he is, he's kind of formed and is involved in a lot of current retro soul projects that I really enjoy, so I recommend checking out his stuff as well. Superb was made using a vintage tape machine, which means each track is a single take, no edits. I like good music no matter how it's made, but this to me is just so much more pure. You're listening to the real thing on this album. While these recording techniques are not new to Surprise Chef, Superb really stands out from the rest of their catalog. The production and just collective flow of the album really shows that the band is more comfortable in and in tune with their element. Now, I'm not going to do a rundown of each track because I don't want to spoil all the moments of discovery and surprise that lay within Superb. However, I will say that the album had me at track 1, which is titled Sleep Dreams, and it features this really interesting melody played by a synth and a flute together, which in this instance just complement each other really well. I don't really know how to describe it or what to compare it to, but give it a listen. It's a really satisfying start to the record, in my opinion. On track 3, titled Body Slam, the bass amp is being reverberated by a timpani drum, which is a very interesting sound, and it's exactly the kind of unorthodox technique I expect from Surprise Chef. Theravada is another pretty funky and cool track. Features this squeaky synth melody that's just going up and down in pitch over one of their trademark grooves. I think it's a synth, I'm actually not quite sure what it is, but it doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard before, so when I heard that track, I just couldn't help but smile. Finally, Dreamer's Disease, the second to last track on the album. It's just a laid-back soul song, but it completely shocks you 2/3 of the way through. I know I said I wasn't going to give away any of the surprises that lay within this album, but I just can't help but talk about this one. About 2/3 of the way through the song, just breaks into this nasty drum and percussion break. So beginning to end, Superb is a super fun album to listen to. It's very beat driven with some boom bop influences shining through, but it also moves away from that repetition I've talked about earlier that's found in their previous albums. I feel like there's a lot of movement in each song, which really shows that they're kind of honing in their compositional skills. Now, Superb is not a very serious record, at least emotionally speaking, so I'm not going to stress mood too much. However, I will say that the album is very adventurous, but not in like a jazz or prog kind of way, more in like a simplistic, playful way that's just exploring sounds and different grooves. Superb feels like their most complete record yet, production-wise and performance-wise, and I'm eager to hear what they do next. I feel like the band has matured a lot with this album, so I'm definitely going to call it my favorite album from their catalog. So please go and listen to Superb. Come back and let me hear your thoughts on it in the comments. If you want to hear more new music reviews such as this one, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.